So I do have some levels to talk about on Bitcoin. Now, there is a troubling thing with Bitcoin, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. I'm just trying to be honest and be straight with you guys. So do I love Bitcoin long term? Yes, I do, 100%. But one of the things that concerns me is that on the Fed day, the stock market had a big up day and Bitcoin had a big up day. Yesterday, the stock market was up about 1/3 to 0.5%, so it continued its rally, and Bitcoin pulled back about almost a half of the move. I don't like seeing that because if it gets driven up with the Fed, why didn't it continue with the stock market the day after? Now, you could maybe say the dollar was strong, so maybe that played a little bit of a role, but the dollar didn't have that big of a move, to be honest, where I would have thought it would have caused that type of move.
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to Bitcoinzilla, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. Bitcoinzilla offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with Bitcoinzilla. Subscribe now. In this video, Gareth will share his insights on why did Bitcoin not continue its rally with the stock market? What does this mean for its future? What's behind Tesla's decision to cut car output in China? How will this impact the EV market? Nike warns its revenue growth will sink to single digits in the first half of 2025. Is this a sign of a crack in the consumer market? Despite a big reversal, gold is showing signs of bullishness. What's behind this trend? Let's join Gareth in this interview about these topics and more.
Now, again, Bitcoin's coming back in here. So what we want to pay attention to is we want to watch this low now, right? Very obvious technical level. It's right around 60,800-ish or so. So again, if we do come back in here, does this level hold here? If it doesn't, it opens, look at this. There's really no sideways chop or major high pivot in this range here below these levels, all right? So again, that would be something that if we crack and break below this level, and technically you need to confirm, that'll give you the solidification that we will break lower. But again, that's going to be something to watch. Now, it might come back down and go like that, in which case that's fine. That's fine. But I just want to make you aware that the price action yesterday was not the ideal price action. If the stock market was up, you'd like to see Bitcoin participating, risk assets, risk on type situation. Now, again, on the bigger time frames, we want to see that weekly close above 69.2. That would be a big signal as well that the bull market run starts up again. But right now, we're watching. We have this level here at 69.2 and this one at 60,800. Which way do we go? Let's watch over the next couple days.
Bitcoin's journey to a new record high is looking promising as Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, outflows reduced to $170 million, hinting at a possible upswing for BTC prices. Despite the challenge of GBTC outflows, Bitcoin's momentum seems to be shifting as institutional BTC outflows decrease. U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF have seen declining inflows and high GBTC outflows, but this trend could be ending. A decrease in GBT selling could ease downward pressure on ETF trends, possibly leading to new Bitcoin highs. Statistician Willy Woo shared similar views, indicating that the worst of the sell-off might be over. Despite recent hurdles, ETF providers like ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood are still optimistic about Bitcoin, indicating that most institutional exposure is yet to come. As Bitcoin navigates market fluctuations, it's poised for potential price discovery and renewed bullish momentum in the coming days.
We have 4 key headlines today that are moving things in the markets. Number 1, Tesla falls pre-market after the company says car output or cuts car output in China because of a slump in EV sales. So again, basically what this is telling you is that EV sales have slowed so much that Tesla is finding they don't have to produce as many electric vehicles in China because they're just not selling. And again, sure enough, pre-market, we are seeing Tesla's stock come down. You can see there's technical support levels. We'll go over these on the chart in just 1 second so you can understand how I arrived at these levels. Next up, we have FedEx pops 11% on earnings as the company reported better than expected earnings and approved a $5 billion stock buyback. Now, stock buybacks For what you guys, maybe you guys don't understand what those are. Essentially, it's the company buying back shares. And when you buy back shares, it essentially, the company buys the shares using $5 billion in this case, and then they basically make them vanish, meaning that there's less shares in the company. And that's what one of the reasons I call it financial engineering is because if you have 10 shares in a company, right? Just let's do a simple math question here. 10 shares in a company and the company makes $10, that's $1 per share. If the company buys half of those shares back, you only have 5 shares left. If the company just makes the same amount of money, $10, right, then you now are making $2 per share. So it's a way to not necessarily increase your earnings, but still your valuation looks a lot more attractive and you look a lot better because you're making more money per share. Now, this was one of the big things we've seen really take over Wall Street. In fact, in the government, there's a lot of questions on whether or not this should be allowed or how it's done, because basically what it does is a lot of these CEOs that make $50 million a year, $100 million a year, it just makes them look good without them actually having to do a whole lot in addition to grow the company. So again, you see pay increases because the company's doing better and the stock keeps going up because, again, valuations being cut down by the share buybacks, but the company is not really doing better. And again, that's why I call it financial engineering. All right, Nike stock falls 6% after warning its revenue growth would sink to single digits in the first half of 2025. This warrants an alert on the consumer. So you guys know every time I see something like this, I'm letting you guys know there's something going on here. We have to watch the consumer so closely in the U.S. at least. And the reason I say that is because the backbone of the U.S. economy for decades has been consumer spending. We know credit card debt over $1 trillion. Auto loans, crazy just increase. Default rates starting to rise. U.S. government debt. I mean, we could go on and on and on. But essentially what we're seeing here is maybe there's a crack in the consumer. So Nike, again, keep an eye on that. You can see I have technical levels here. You can find these on Verified Investing on Twitter, by the way. Lululemon falls 13% pre-market after forecasting annual revenue growth below expectations. So again, a consumer issue potentially here. Demand for their premium products is falling. And again, we have some technical levels down here that we'll go over on the chart.
Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk has expressed that Tesla should enable Dogecoin as a payment method for its vehicles at some point. He exclaimed, "Dogecoin to the moon," as he explained his reason for backing the meme cryptocurrency. Lots of rich people were supporting Bitcoin, but people on the line at Tesla and SpaceX want me to support Doge, the billionaire revealed.
Looking at gold real quick, guys. Gold again continues to kind of have a little weakness. Now, I want to show you something, and this is one of the reasons. Wow, it's getting late. Holy cow. Okay, so gold overall, even though it had a big reversal, I actually think it's bullish, and I'm going to tell you why. So yesterday we saw a massive move up on the dollar that eclipsed. Like, look at this. Look at the move on the dollar, right? The dollar is right now having surged up. Now, remember, gold goes inverse to the dollar. So this is now above the Fed move down. But the tricky thing, so basically what this would imply is that gold should be lower than it was a couple days ago. In the difference maker here, if we flip back to gold, gold did not drop that much. So yes, it came off of this high, but look, it's not below where we were a few days ago, meaning it's holding, it's getting money flow into it. So yes, it's pulled back, but considering the dollar move, it's actually holding its gains very nicely.
Central banks continue robust gold buying. Over 1,000 tons are added annually. Emerging markets favor local currencies, potentially boosting gold's role. Gold faces challenges with the recent rise in U.S. Treasury yields and U.S. dollar. Argentines are increasingly turning to online side jobs to have an additional crypto-based income. According to the local press, students who have lower incomes and are affected by the adverse conditions of the national economy are the ones who are commonly getting into these jobs with foreign companies or platforms that pay in crypto. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.